everyone, my name is Lane Garner. I'm a Pilates instructor at the Claremont Club. Today I'm going to take you through a very quick, basic lower body workout. No props needed, not even a lot of space needed. We're going to progress with each exercise, but do what feels best for you. We are going to start laying down onto our backs. We're starting what we call a hook lying position. So ankles, knees, and hips are in alignment. Feet are pressing flat to the floor. Arms are rested by our sides, hands reaching past those hips to drop the shoulders from the ears. We have a little bit of space from our lower back to the mat. We're in a neutral position of our spine. That is our natural curve of our back. First thing we're going to do is just tighten through the ribs, or knit the ribs together, keeping those abs engaged. And of course, activate those glutes by pulling the heels and glutes towards each other to get a better connection between the back of the leg. From here, we're going to take an inhale through the nose. As we exhale, press your feet, lift your hips up from the floor. Weight is coming to the upper back, no weight to that neck. And again, ribs knitted together so we don't arch into the back or splay those rib cages any further. From here, we're going to drop the tailbone right back down and take those hips up again. We're going to do 10 to 12 counts for each exercise. The breath pattern here, we exhale through pursed lips. As we lift the hips, inhale through the nose as we lower. Don't focus too much on the breath. As long as you're breathing, you're good. However, the breath pattern does help to activate the movement. We'll do about 5 more here. Again, when we lift, I want you to be driving those knees over those toes, keeping the alignment through the lower body, the entire movement. We'll go 2 more. On this next one, we're going to lift those hips up. We're going to hold at the top. Again, no weight is coming to that neck. We're going to drop the hips just halfway down and then pulse it up for 10. Really squeezing through those glutes, those cheeks with each lift. Keeping those abs nice and tight. On the last one, we're going to lift those hips up. We're going to hold at the top, take an inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're going to soften through our chest and roll our spine down 1 vertebrae at a time. Feel your low back flat into the mat, and then release back to neutral. Feel that little space reappear from your back to the mat. From here, we're going to make it a little harder. If that felt hard enough, keep those feet flat and repeat. From here, if you can, we're going to lift the balls of our feet, challenging the ankle stability and bringing in a larger range of motion. As we exhale again, we're going to take those hips up to the ceiling. Again, weight only to that upper back, none to the neck. We reach the tailbone away from the top half as we lower, and we lift right back up. You may notice it's a little harder to get that lift, a little more shaky through those ankles. That challenge is good. Again, try to keep those knees reaching over those toes with each lift, and knitting those ribs together so we don't arch into the back any further and splay those rib cage. We'll go 5 more here. We're going to exhale to the top to lift. Inhale, reaching that tailbone away as we lower. You reach it away from the top half of your body. On the next one, we're going to lift those hips up. We're going to hold. Again, the front of your body should be like a slide here. We're going to drop just halfway down and right back up. Good natural breath here in through the nose, out through pursed lips, or even exhaling like you're trying to fog a mirror, really engaging through that core a little bit more. On the last breath, again, we're going to lift up and hold. You should do a little more work into the quads with this one as well. Take an inhale, exhale, soften through the chest, and roll the back down slowly. Feel the back flatten through imprint, and then we release to neutral. Next set, you have a choice, flat feet or to the toes. We're going to go single leg. Again, stay flat-feeted if you need to, or keep both feet down. I'm going to go to the toes just to show. We're going to start with our right leg tabletop. So knee over the hip, flat surface with the shin. We want to try to keep that alignment the entire time. Goal is to also keep those hips level, so no rocking. From here, we're going to take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the cheeks, lift those hips up, driving the supporting knee over the toe, and we slowly tap down. You'll notice this one is a little bit harder to stabilize. You may feel those hips want to drop. Think you have a cup of water on each hip, and you don't want those water cups to spill. Try to keep that lifted knee right over that hip. And again, just lifting to the upper back, no work to that neck, or no weight to that neck. We're going to lift and hold in our 10th breath, and then we're going to drop halfway down and pulse it up for 10. Inhaling and exhaling. On the last one, we're going to lift those hips up. We're going to hold at the top, slowly drop that top foot down. Again, flatten the feet if needed, or keep both feet down if needed. Slowly pick up that other leg. Inhale to tap the tailbone down, and exhale, pick it right back up. Good, again, we have those water cups on each hip, and we don't want those cups to spill. Keeping those hips nice and level. Keeping that weight to the upper back and again, none to the neck. So it's a little harder through those ankles. You may feel the weight of the foot go more towards the pinky toe or the big toe. Try to space those toes out. Try to keep all the weight even between all those toes. We're going to lift. We're going to hold at the top. We're going to drop halfway down and right back up. Again, you may feel it's way harder on one leg than the other. That's normal. On our last pulse, we're going to lift, hold, try to stabilize for a second. Drop that foot down. We're going to take an inhale, drop the heels, and exhale, roll the back down. Almost done from here. We're just going to switch up the angle of the lower body. So we're going to widen the feet a little bit. We're going to take the toes and knees and turn them out. Again, keeping the knees and toes aligned still. From here, arms are rested by our sides. Let's go ahead and reach our hands past our hips again. We're going to take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, just hold this time. Feel your abs engaged. You kind of tie those ribs to the center of your torso, keeping that core engagement. We're going to take one more inhale. And then exhale, lift all the way up. Again, driving those knees forward, tightening those abs, keeping the cheeks squeezed. Weight to that upper back, down to the neck. We're going to lower right back down and take it right back up again. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. We'll go 5 more here, really lifting to the top, but again, not letting any weight come to that neck. You know what's coming. We're going to hold on our last one, drop halfway down and pulse it to the top. Try to keep the pulses towards the top. Halfway down and right back up. On our last one, we're going to lift and hold, take an inhale, and again, we're going to soften through that chest as we exhale. Rolling our back down, getting a little stretch to the spine. And then from here, again, we're going to challenge it. If you can, we're going to come to the toes. From here, again, we're going to exhale, take those hips up. Inhale, tap it down. Good. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keeping those abs engaged as we lift. Again, we don't want to arch that back any further than our natural curve. Of course, squeezing the cheeks in. At any point, if this gets to be too much, just drop those heels down. You could even lessen the range of motion. Again, as you lower things, reach that tailbone away from the top half of your body. Keeping that length into your spine. We're going to hold at the top, and we have those pulses. Good. Again, you should feel the back of the legs really kicking in here. Inhale and exhale. On this last one, we're going to lift, we're going to hold, we're going to take an inhale, and then we're going to roll it down. Imprint and release to neutral. One more set here. We're going to start. We're going to just keep that turn out with the toes and knees. We're just going to take the feet together. Now you come to the sides of the feet, or just kind of have those knees open a little bit, just about shoulder height. That's plenty enough space to open the hips. We don't want to go too wide. And again, we're going to take an inhale through the nose, and exhale, take those hips up and right back down. Exhaling to lift, keeping those ribcage knitted together. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tapping that tailbone down. On our last one, we're going to lift those hips up, hold at the top, and drop it down for those pulses again. Very simple workout, very easy to do, but very effective. You should feel all those muscle groups kicking in into the low half. And we're going to lift up, we're going to hold, and again roll down. It may feel a little hard to get that roll in this position. And our very last set from here, we're just going to wrap those feet knees together. Right when you turn in, your legs should be almost touching. If not, go ahead and scoot those feet together. Press those feet, separate all those toes so you have equal pressure across the whole foot. Arms reaching past those hips, shoulders out of those ears, and we're neutral. Again, natural curve from that low back to mat. From here, we're going to take an inhale through the nose. Keeping those knees glued together, we're going to lift those hips up and hold at the top. Making sure those knees are together. Make sure those feet are together too, so we're all in alignment still. Good. You should feel those inner thighs work a little bit harder with this last set. Tapping it down and right back up. Good. Not letting those knees separate at the top. You'll feel them want to. We're going to go 4 more here. lift. Inhale as we lower. We're going to take those hips up. We're going to hold at the top. We're going to drop halfway down and pulse it up again for 10. Good. Again, try to keep that work up to the top. On our last one, we're going to lift up. We're going to hold. We're going to take an inhale. Knees still driving away from us. Take an inhale and roll the back down as you exhale. And finally, very last part, we're going to lift those heels up. If we can, keep those toes and knees together. And we're going to exhale and hike those hips up and reach the tailbone away. Good. Again, knitting those ribs together. We want to keep the core engaged with Pilates. Every exercise is core-based, even if we're focusing on another body part. That core engagement is number one. Keeping those knees together. Again, you may feel a little bit more shaky when we come to the toes. That is normal. Challenges that ankle stability, which is great for balance. Last one, we're going to hold at the top, and then from there, we're just going to pulse it, not letting those knees separate at all. You should feel those inner thighs working hard here to keep that connection. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to go two more here. We're going to take an inhale and exhale, soften through your chest and roll the back down. Feels really good to let one leg reach long, take the other knee into the chest and just pulse the back of the leg for a stretch. You can even straighten that leg up to the ceiling, pull a little bit more. Again, keep those abs engaged. Make sure your hip isn't hiking up. Keep distance from ribs to hips here. Just going to pull for a little stretch. Flex the foot to increase that stretch if needed. We're going to bend that knee, reach that leg long, and slowly tuck that other knee to the chest, and we'll stretch that opposite leg. Reach it up if it feels okay to. Flex up if it feels okay to. We're going to bend that knee, bend our opposite knee, turn our bodies to the side, and press up, and there's your mini lower body workout.